Summertime means camp time, and one local nonprofit is using all that typical camp fun to teach philanthropy. 9 on Your Side anchor Catherine Nero shows us how it's growing tomorrow's volunteers today.
Camp Give has all the trappings of a traditional summer camp. Arts and crafts, friendships, and field trips. But there is a greater message behind all this fun.
It's really cool, and it really helps out to know about nonprofits and what they do.
Camp Give is an offshoot of Magnified Giving, a nonprofit started by Roger Grine 10 years ago, now in dozens of local high schools to show students the importance of donating their time and their talents.
As a student, it changed my life because I learned about what are nonprofits, how do they work, what are specific nonprofits in our community.
Now Caroline Ray is the camp director at Camp Give and is helping teach students as young as 2nd grade the value they hold.
And as a child, to know that your time and who you are and what your talents are valued, I think that's a game changer.
Camp Give partners with 3 nonprofits each summer.
840 sacks. Oh. That is the largest number ever done by Magnified Giving. So first of all, yeah!
Today, kids packed lunches for Childhood Food Solutions.
I was so surprised. They couldn't go to school, they don't get food on a daily basis. I'm very fortunate that I get this, and sometimes I take that for granted.
Working together, campers learned they can do more, like filling this truck with sack lunches for kids in need. And at the end of the week, each camper votes which of the partner nonprofits get $50 of their camp fee.
You are deciding who gets to receive these checks and how much money they receive.
Adding treasure to their time and talents, and learning that sometimes the smallest gift can make a big difference.
They don't pack 480 sacks of food in an hour and a half every day of their lives. But if they do that once a year, what an incredible difference they can make.
Random acts of kindness make people feel really good, and it's just contagious.
And that's the takeaway from Camp Give.
I want them to walk away knowing that nonprofits are out there changing the world, and they can be a part of that change.
Catherine Nero, 9 on Your Side.
And WCPO's Lucy May worked with Catherine Nero on the story. And Lucy, I have to ask you, what was the thing that stood out most for you, particularly with these kids?
Well, these were young kids. They're going into middle school, so 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Some of them were only 12 years old, and I was so impressed with how much they understand these really complicated issues that they worked with all week. They were talking about things like childhood poverty and food insecurity, hunger, sustainability in the environment, affordable housing, and they came away with a really good grasp of the importance of those issues and what they really meant to the community.
They had real empathy for it, right?
Yes, they really did. They came away understanding how these nonprofits they learned about helped the community and what they could do even as kids to help those nonprofits and make a difference.
So I have to imagine that there are parents who might be out there watching and wondering, how do I get my own child involved in something like this?
Well, the camp is finished for this summer, but you should check the Magnified Giving website. There's a link in our online story for that for next summer. But Magnified Giving also has these youth philanthropy councils in many schools across the tri-state, dozens of schools. So I know I'm going to check and see if there's one at my daughter's school and encourage her to get involved, because I think it's a very valuable thing for kids to be part of.
Fabulous. Lucy, thanks for giving us your time. And if you'd like to learn more, read the article, all you have to do is go to WCPO.com.